administration, we were in a tough place because we knew that our students needed a place to congregate, a place to study or hang out, but we knew that we didn't have a lot of money. So we contacted KI. We met the guys at KI at a conference and we brought them on campus and shared our vision. We knew that we wanted a space for our students to be able to study or lounge or commune as a group or even have study sessions or tutoring sessions. We didn't quite know what that looked like. We just knew that we didn't have a lot of money to spend. What made this really wonderful was the guys at KI came down and spent the whole day with us. They took images of the entire building. We looked at multiple locations within this building and also around campus. And when they left campus and they submitted this design to us, it was way more than what we could have imagined. So what turned out from us, what we wanted was a space for students to just study and hang out. But what we got was a space that is in tune with our campus, a space where groups can get together and study, a space where students can have tutoring, a space where students can talk about class, a space where they can get advised or even get some help for college or transitioning to a four-year institution. So, our vision of having just a space for our students to commune turned into what we call Bowieeville Central now. Now it's one of the most visited places on campus. When we started this project, again, we knew that we didn't have a lot of money, so we could not get into construction. And our next step was, well, let's find some nice furniture. Well, it's a little bit more difficult than just finding nice furniture. The guys at KI even looked at our color palette. They looked at our style guide to make sure that the colors matched our school spirit. This space has become just one of our most proudest spaces on campus. And we're just excited that so many students enjoy using it.
I was a tutor for the case lab that we have in the back before Bowieeville Central was a thing. It was just when this place was the library. And the tutoring was scarce and it was a little more restricted. But since Bowieeville Central has opened up, it's really, tutoring it's like a popular thing now. It's almost cool. Like people bring their friends to get tutoring. It's pretty amazing to see everybody working together.
The process took, if I'm not mistaken, about 6 months. And yes, it was 100% a collaborative effort. The guys kept us abreast of everything that's going on throughout the way. So we would get emails of proofs. If we didn't like a chair or a fabric on a chair, they would change that and send us that proof. They were very quick to respond to all of our emails. But throughout the whole process, we also asked for input from students and from faculty. Aaron and Milton at KI, they were so good about listening to so many people and so many voices and meeting that demand, which is hard. It was extremely hard. And I think the reason the project took 6 months was because, our color is unique. So they did their best to match it. So there had to be some time to actually fabricate the furniture and deliver it. It was a collaborative process from beginning to end. But the way that they kept us updated on everything made it so easy, because even in cabinet meetings, I could tell our president, all right, we're 3 weeks away from delivery, or we're a month away from delivery, or here's the update this week. So having that helped. They even blew the design up on boards for us. So we posted those around campus and did a coming soon thing so that everybody knew what we were getting before it even happened. So they even helped us build the buzz about this space before it happened.
Before there was Bowieeville Central, this was just the library, and it was stuffed full of books, of course, and there were some cubicles, but not many people would come in here because we weren't allowed to eat or drink like we are now, and we had to be quiet because they were focusing on, and it's a library, you need to be quiet so people can study. Now we have it to where you can be a bit louder and actually talk, but with the cubicles, people are still able to study.
The library, it was, the furniture was different. It wasn't really appealing to, this particular generation. But now Bowieeville Central, it's built it up into something that people want to be a part of and they want to come and have fun. Whereas the library previously was not really a fun place. But now students have a way to enjoy themselves and stay focused at the same time.
After opening this space, and we also made some changes to our advising model, we're looking at about a 7% increase in retention. That is huge. Currently, that is, if that works out well, that'll put us as one of the top schools in Alabama for retention in a community college system. So there is some science behind this, and having a space like this for students to hang out is great, but putting the advisors in here, putting the tutors in here was intentional, because now they can get all of it within one space, which is why, the central part of Beauville Central comes in, because all of those services are offered within one roof. So exactly what we wanted to happen is happening. So we're proud of that.
For me, it was like a 45-minute drive, so it was really helpful to, once Beauville Central was up and running, to have a place where I could sit and relax and, in between classes, because that was much better than driving another 45 minutes to go back home. So it was, it's not, it's not boring. So, you can connect with friends, connect with, meet new people. There's plenty to do here, and then like I said, studying is not. Even in studying in here, it's different. It's not boring. It's not dull. You study with friends, study by yourself, and just enjoy the company of other people. And it's pretty helpful.
There's a lot of different type of seating. Like we have the couches that are really long, which are good to have people on, and then you have a thing where like you can move to sit between people on the couch. And then we have our 2 chairs that have power outlets in them. And they have it to where you can write on the side. In the middle is just freely open, so you can still talk to your friends while doing work.
Beauville Central is, it's one of the places that I definitely would make the highlight of a tour if I were to, bring someone here.
We've had, small socials. We have student clubs and organizations that meet in here. We've had interest meetings in here for different clubs and different organizations. I think furniture brings people together. I can easily go out and buy a couch, but the right color and the right shape and the right style, encourages conversation between people and between students. So, the furniture has impacted, I think, the way that students socially interact with each other. And dare I say, I think there have been some friendships born in here. So uniquely done, and I really credit KI for that, because in the beginning, again, we just wanted some furniture, but I think the way that they have positioned this furniture has really helped our campus and molded our students.
We have individual cubicles that we recently got, and they're really nice for people that want to study or for tutoring. It makes it to where it blocks out a lot of the sound that's going on around them. And we also have whiteboards, so if somebody's trying to work on a complicated math problem or chemistry, they're able to write out the problem on the whiteboard, solve it, and then they can write it down on a piece of paper. Or it makes it to where they can actually visualize it a lot better. Or for when we're tutoring, we can write down what we're talking about so they can see what we're saying instead of just us talking about it.
As a community college, or anyone that's looking to establish a space, the biggest piece of advice that I would have is to be intentional, right? Be intentional in terms of how you craft your space and what you want the result of your space to be. Anybody can go out and buy furniture and put it in a space, but how is that impacting your campus? How is that helping your students? Whether socially, emotionally, or academically, how does your space fit your campus? For us, when we started this, we knew we wanted furniture, but we didn't think the branding of it was as important. Well, now looking at it, I couldn't see it any different way. So the colors are warm and they're inviting and they share the campus feel and campus culture. So be intentional. Know what you want your space to produce. You don't need to know what it should look like. You just need to know what the result of that space will be. And that we knew what we wanted it to do. But again, we had no idea what it should look like. And I think that's when working with companies like KI that can actually show us a rendering of what the space will look like, it helped us bring it to life.
Before, I used to come in here and there would, just for hours at a time, you wouldn't see a soul. But now, as soon as they opened this place up and got the word out, students, you can't stop people from coming in here. It's so accommodating and interesting, and there's so much you can do here.
It's a very happy and comfortable atmosphere because you have a lot of different students that come in. We have the softball team that comes in almost every day or every other day. Then we have the baseball teams. We have different sports teams that come in to study, and they usually liven it up a lot. And then there's also during break when we'll have a ton of people just come in because that's where there's no classes going on, and this is a really nice place to be.
So one of the things nationwide that we see with community colleges is retention. Sometimes a lot of students don't have an opportunity to engage, for whatever reason. Some of them go home early, some of them work, they have lives, they have all of these unique things. But because of the community college aspect, this space is open early and it stays open late. And that's important. The hours are important because they fit every single student that we have. So where there's a commuter student that just needs a 30-minute tutoring session, this space can offer it. Whether it's a traditional age student that just needs a little time to study in between classes, this space offers that as well. So, we've tried to cover all of our bases in terms of making sure that this space is open to serve all of our populations. One of the cool things about this space is the demographic of student that comes in here. We have 40-year-old students, we have 18-year-old students. But within this space, if you need tutoring, it doesn't matter how old you are. You just come in, or if you need a space to come and check your emails, it doesn't matter. This space exists, for that. So every lifestyle, every kind of student, this space has actually helped us have an opportunity to service them.
When I first came here, it was more so just for the cost. But now I've come to appreciate, based on what they've done, especially here in Bowie Central, I've come to appreciate the college. It's really making progress. This, students that hear about ESCC now, they don't think of it as just some, community college in the backwoods. It's actually some place that's doing something and it's going somewhere.
This has become our show-off space. Whenever we have a group here from another college or even an individual campus tour, we intentionally make sure that Bowieville Central is one of the stops on the tour. We want them to see how students interact with our tutors. We want them to see how students interact with each other. This is our show-off space. So we make sure that whenever we have a prospective student here or a family here, that they see this, because we're proud of it. 100% of our students get free tutoring, and it all happens within this building or within this space right here. So yes, because I think when people see on a campus tour map or on a card that they're going into the library, they expect a room full of books. But when we bring them in here, they see a unique space, and students want to be here.